Good morning, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. This is a daily SPY cycle chart as we're rolling through this last bit of trading. Yesterday's deep selling really caught me by surprise. I was expecting an uptrend trying to push back into this upper range, as I mentioned yesterday. And I still believe this pullback is warranted. I believe this is what the cycle patterns have been suggesting would take place. So we have this, uh, cycle pattern from last week's top on the 21st to a flat down to a harami to a closed defender, close -1 defender, close -1 gap trend, inside breakaway in what was called trending mode yesterday, really pulled back. Now we have another breakaway in carryover mode. I'd been warning that the markets needed to pause, gold needed to pause. We'd had this big move upward, and you can come take a look at it and see that we've had this rotation, this topping pattern, this rollover. To me, this is healthy. We need to see the markets roll like this because we can't stay in a solid upward trend. Now, do we see downward trending today? Do we see upward trending today? In my opinion, as we move into the end of this week and into next week, we have a much stronger potential on Friday of this week or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week to move back into trending. Monday, we have a crush pattern, can be very big, then possibly to the downside because the next bar is a reversal rally. Tuesday, then we have an up, down, up, which again could be and this is a counter trend. So this would be a down, up, down. Then we have a top resistance setting up, which means markets will move higher, trying to set up a peak. Then we have a flat down. Then we have a breakaway, weekend gap. Then we have a gap up higher, consolidation, inside breakaway in trending mode, inside breakaway or breakaway in trending mode, and a rally in carryover mode. The gap up higher is in counter trend mode. So let's take a look at this. What we're really looking at, guys, is today we have a breakaway. Tomorrow we have a carryover. Then Monday we have a crush. So today we have a breakaway. And I believe we're going to see that move to the upside, back up into recent highs. Tomorrow we have a carryover. And I believe that will be moderate trending, trying to get higher. Then we have let me come in here, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, leave that. Then we have a big crush pattern on Monday, which I believe will be a moderate downside move, maybe again back down to these levels. So I believe that's going to be potentially a downward trending bar. Then we have a reversal rally, up, down, up, which is in counter trend mode. So the reversal rally would likely reverse back up. Make that a darker green. And then we have an up, down, up, which is a down, up, down because it is in counter trend mode. Then we have a top resistance, flat down. So we're going into a top resistance, back up to here, possibly. Then a flat down, which we all just saw, flat down back, I think it was over here. So this would probably be a consolidation downward trend again. And then we move into the counter trend, gap up higher, which would be a gap down lower, consolidation, breakaway, breakaway rally. So we have the gap down pattern, which is a warning of a downswing. I got to redo that. So we're going to drag this down. It's a potential gap. Shorten this up because this is going to be flat. There's our potential gap. And then we are going to move into a consolidation inside breakaway, breakaway. So then we move into consolidation, which will probably be somewhat like this, back into the gap window area. And then we move into breakaway trending and breakaway trending. So consolidation, breakaway, breakaway, rally, and rally. Now, you know, I've done this before. I've gone 2-3 weeks out into the future here. And what I can tell you guys is these predictions, as far as what to expect price trending wise, can be very accurate. But the further I go out into the future trying to draw these, you know, price could be quite a bit higher or quite a bit lower than where I'm actually drawing these. So understand that we could have a range like this melting upward into this type of a scenario, or we could have a range like this melting outward in a very light, I don't want to make it red, so we'll do yellow, in a very light move. So we could have variant ranges here. Okay, it's not going to be exactly as I've drawn. Maybe for the next 2 or 3 days, maybe, I don't know. This one might be fairly large, but again, long and short of it is this is a map of what is likely to kind of happen over the next 2 weeks. And this gap window here sets up another low, in my opinion, right above this level. You can see where this level is. It's going to continue to retest this 555 level, really 555, 554.80. I'll call it 554.70. That's the level right here. We're going to retest this level of support, trying to stay above this gap window. And I see this being a very consolidated range. Like, you know, back here, if I were to draw this and move this, this is really kind of the defender range here. I think this is what price is attempting to build and build a base off of, and then try to move away from that trend. Now, remember, we would likely be outside of this consolidation range, this channel here. If my predictions become true, we would likely then rally back up into it, up into this area, try to find support. And this would be okay because we can get outside the range. Support and resistance is not a hard level. It is a soft, think of it as a boundary between, you know, 11,000 and 12,000 feet. There's no boundary. You know, you're just at 11,000 feet or you're at 12,000 or above. There's no hard ceiling. There's no rock in between. You can make the transition in and out of that level by a small amount or variant amount and still move back into the channeling mode. So we're going to see how this plays out. Remember, though, we got this next week. I still think we're really melting upwards. So a good example here is all of this could move into a, you know, a real moderate melting pattern. So understand, I'm not going to shift everything, but imagine all these things I just drew moving more like that, having the deep low being over here, having the carryover and the rally. we could see it be a fairly solid uptrend instead of the way I drew it. And that is because the biasing is still to the upside. So we have a real want to get up into this 580, 584 level before we're going to peak in September, roughly 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. I think that's where we're going to peak out. So again, I think we're rolling, consolidating. We may have 3, 4, 5 days of consolidation and rotation. We may break out in this area. So hypothetically, we've got to try to do it here. We've got a pretty good chance in this area that we're going to see some sort of a breakout move. And that again puts us on September 5th, 6th, which is a Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday. These 2 days could be a big breakout, a big washout low as we flag, and then start to roll up into the upside. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Nice solid reversal back to the upside. This is a daily chart. We are really looking at the next leg. Held up support beautifully. Try to get rid of these. Held up support beautifully, really moving into the sideways flag. This basing level is holding up great. Again, this 25, 30, 25, 35 area is acting as very solid support. Now we're moving into that breakaway area. And this, again, given the rotation in the market off of the NVDA news and what we have coming, this could prompt another leg. So we come take a look at where the leg is potentially going to move to off of this low. Actually, let's come down here to this low. That puts us up to approximately, drag this down, puts us right up into my target, 2612. Maybe let's call it 2610 to 2620. So we're going to be looking at potentially upside, maybe. What am I? Okay, that's my. I don't know what that drew, but let's try it again. Into that area. Okay, maybe a little deeper down here. But really, we're looking at another leg. If this support level holds up, we've had this move. You can see equal move here. And I try to do this legging fairly easily. To me, it's simple. If it's capable of moving in this manner, off of this rejected low, up to this rejected high, I'll make it a bright color. And then I will try to copy paste, and I will try to see how far it has gone here. Okay, so that took us up to this level here. Beautifully. Look at this. Came right up across these rejected highs. Beautiful. So now, Control C, Control V. Try to get it again. Come over here. And we'll come back off of these rejected lows. And again, that puts us up into the area here, somewhere between 2610 and 2653. So in reality, let's redo this and this. And there's more along the lines of your objective to the upside. I'll move it over here. Move this over here. It's the same level. And I'll move this over here. But, oops, 2610. Roughly there. But that gives you an idea, again, of what we're looking at. We're looking at another move from where we're at right now in gold up 61, 60 bucks up to another maybe $97. And it is all contingent on the factor that we have to see this support level hold. Very important to see this support level hold. This is the 2510 area, and that 2510 area is acting as moderate support. We need to stay inside these dash line channels, which we are right now. And again, I think we're going to get a good solid move, a minimum move here of at least up to this area just below the target, 2593. This has been a level that I've been talking about for a while. 2593 minimum target. So I'm going to put this right here. 2593, I think, is a minimum upside target for gold. I see it making another leg very solidly to the upside. And really, I think we're going to get up into the 2610, maybe a big rally up into 2651. But on the safe side, this 2593 should be your immediate target. And that would be a 2593, roughly a $40 move in gold, right up to that level. Okay, silver. Let's see if silver's making a move. Ah, yes, beautiful. Okay, so now getting rid of all my funky lines. And I apologize. I do try to draw so you can visually see what's going on. And sometimes my drawing like these are, they get left. But I am actually trying to assist you to visually see. I know some of you are new traders. Some of you may not see things like I see, which is fine. Everybody has their own opinions. What I'm trying to do is show you what I see in a clear and functional manner. Okay. So now we are technically flagging. Okay. We are in this downward channel. Remember, price either trends or flags. So I always, you see me, if you look at my charts, you're going to see me work off of what I call rejection areas quite consistently. So we have a rejection area here, came down, open lower, really rejected off of this low, came down, open higher. So the way I see it, we go from this level to that level and carry the trend out. So there's our flag. And this is what I see as the current price flag setting up. Now, internally in here, we've got a new breakout high. We do not have a breakaway high here. It's close right in this area, but didn't happen. This move here is very solid as a breakaway high. This is a new Fibonacci trend. Do that as light green. And that's very solid for our uptrend. So at this point, we are in an upper trend. We would want to try to defend this level here. This is the defense level for silver. And oops, gotta make that a brighter, darker color. So that puts us, we need to see price stay above 28.80 in order to continue to trend higher. But we are going to see price, in my opinion, continue to trend higher. As long as gold keeps building support, silver here is going to start to make a move. Now, silver being the lagger, as I've mentioned to you, is always, really always trying to, chase the move in gold. So we do have to break away from this channel. And really, we're not going to be able to say that we're in any type of a major uptrend in silver until we get above this level and this level. So understand, these are what are called the ultimate and unique highs. This is setting another unique high. Like right now, we have a unique high right here. So this would be the next layer up based on Fibonacci theory. This would be the most immediate level. This would be the secondary unique level, and this would be the ultimate level to try to break to a new high. Now, we do have this resistance range here, which I've talked about before. I'll redraw that as a rectangle. This is an area where we are going to see, in my opinion, silver potentially stall. It acts as a moderate resistance channel. So the next move in silver, if my analysis is correct, is that we will attempt to roll up into this area, possibly stall a little bit, and then roll up into this 3150 area before attempting to move up into new highs. Now, this move, like I said, probably won't come like that. Let me do it again. So up into here, consolidate, rolling up into here, consolidate, possibly pulling down a little bit right before the election, and then really starting to move after the election. So this is the area here you need to be cautious of. This is the pullback range, basically from October 10th or so, maybe a little earlier, maybe in this area. But I think we're going to get into a pullback in metals right before the election. It may only be 4 or 5 days, but I think it's almost guaranteed this year. Okay, and Bitcoin up to 60,000, rolling off of that flag formation. Great to see. Again, we're in this flag. You can see it happening. I think we're very close to the end of this flag. We should be moving back up to 63,000, consolidating into this area into early September, and then maybe rallying probably into this area. So understand that this is the apex. This is where I think we're going to see the big rally potential take place. Maybe not prior to this, and we might just continue to flag out and consolidate. But I do believe we're going to get a big rally mode probably around September 8th or so. So again, overall, very solid for staying within this flag. And again, the next move is up to 63,000. Then I think we consolidate, staying within this 61, roughly 60 to 63,000 area before we get into the breakout range over here around September 8th or 7th. And that's going to be right at or near this apex. Could come a little early, but this makes sense to me given this flagging formation. Okay, guys, long video today. Sorry. We'll go back to the SPY. Let's go get some today. SPY is already up $1.39 at 559.69. Let's see what happens. All right, guys, talk to you later.